How's it going, everyone? In today's video we're comparing two of the best action cameras available on the market, the Insta360 Go 3 versus the GoPro Hero 11 Black. Now we'll be covering hardware, side-by-side footage comparison, and I'll share with you my overall experience on which one is the best one for you. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Now both of these two cameras feature some amazing features. However, when it comes to resolution, the Insta360 is kind of limited due to the fact that it only shoots at 2K. Meanwhile, the Hero 11 can actually shoot at 5K. But once you see the side-by-side comparison, you'll soon realize that the Insta360 resolution is actually on par or even better at some situations than the GoPro 5K capability. As here's a general side-by-side comparison of a time-lapse I film of the Hero and its best setting for time-lapse versus the Go 3, and both images look really good. Can easily be used for professional usage as well. The lettering on everything is easily readable, which is definitely a pass for both action cams. So the all-new Insta360 Go 3 has been officially redesigned new for this generation. This new housing is really unique. I really do love this selfie vlog flip up screen that something you expect to see like on a DSLR camera. This has it. And to give you a real vlog style perspective, using the microphone on the Insta360, all you have to do is just press record, as I already did, and just flip the little vertical screen, extend your selfie stick, and adjust it to your own personal preference, and now you have a vlog stick on the go. And the microphone that you're hearing me from is the microphone from the Insta360, which is kind of ironic because I'm using the GoPro to capture the first person perspective from the beginning when setting up this Insta360. But in 3, 2, 1, let's go ahead and switch. And now you're hearing me through the GoPro. I do have horizon lock and the linear setting, which I'll have it displayed on the screen right there for you guys. But this is the microphone quality and how this sounds like. There is construction going on in the background. No construction on my yard right now, but in case you're wondering why there's so much dirt, it's because I have construction going on. I'm redoing my backyard at the moment. But this is basically how outdoor environment, partially windy, would actually sound like, and how well it will perform in an outdoor situation in shadows as well as outdoors in the broad daylight. So honestly, both look really great. And after reviewing that audio clip of both those two action cameras, I have to give it to the Insta360. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree. I kind of think that the GoPro Hero 11 kind of had like a low grain audio compared to the Insta360 Go 3. Definitely does feel more alive and fulfilling. And I also like the fact that this camera can easily disattach. And this portion back here, it's actually magnetic, which allows you and gives you the freedom to basically get creative, capture some amazing B-roll, and more about that easy release attachment capability. This is how quick it takes me to actually connect it to a suction mount for a car, for example. Yeah, the Insta360 is on there. Meanwhile, with the GoPro, you have to like move this screw, pop out the little prongs, and then line it up, and then secure it. And then you also sometimes have to hold this little silver screw because sometimes they pop off. And yes, I am using first party, and now it's connected and secure. So yeah, this mechanism that Insta360 has is so revolutionary, and the beauty about this is it's adaptable. If I want to use an action camera accessory like something that a GoPro use, there's adapters that allows me to easily utilize them and still have the amazing quick release capability to secure this action camera. Really awesome stuff. This small camera itself, if you remove it, also features this quick latch. So I can also attach the action camera like this to a suction mount. There's no limitations. And to remove this little camera from the housing, it's super easy, as there's a button right here that literally locks it in place, but once you press it, you can release it, and it's held together magnetically, and you have no limitation because any metal surface you could easily attach this to. And then data will immediately transfer over to the housing and charge the battery immediately when it's back in the housing. It's the freedom that it gives us to actually leave the camera attached to something like a pole, basketball hoop that I have right here. And for my experience, the resolution is still stable you're able to view the viewfinder right here in the back portion of the camera wirelessly until 4.5 feet is typically where I notice it will actually end the live feed. But once you get closer, it will automatically reconnect, and engineers or other people I know could easily utilize this to get those hard to reach areas to see what's going on in the engine block or something like that, as a fine example. So there's a lot of creative ways you can actually utilize this for not just amazing b-roll. Yes, you could do a similar accomplishment when you use the GoPro companion app, but it's easier doing it on this over this one due to the fact that you don't have to boot an app, connect to it via Wi-Fi on the action camera just to see that viewfinder right there on your display. But where it does shine is its screen brightness. With max brightness on both these two devices, you could tell side by side, I think that the Go 3 definitely is a little bit more brighter than the Hero 3, but both are still easy to be operated. Even during direct sunlight, you can still view the screen just fine. Now the Insta360 comes available in 3 size choices to choose from, as there's no internal SD slot or anything like that. So once you select the size, that's it. And I highly advise going with 64 gig or higher, especially if you plan on shooting at 2K resolution. Meanwhile, the GoPro Hero 11 Black Edition can accept an SD card up to 256 gigabytes. And you can also swap it on the go. Same applies to the battery, which the battery on the Insta360 is not removable, but you can charge as you're shooting. And it doesn't really take that long to actually recharge the battery as well. And this little camera, when you disattach it from the housing and you plug it back in, it will also automatically start charging the camera right away. But if you plan on shooting a lot of long duration action videos, you may find the swappable battery on the GoPro Hero 11 more convenient for your lifestyle, as well as the freedom to quickly swap SIM cards as well if you're trying to shoot for those long duration videos. Now when it comes to durability, I find that the Insta360 is more forgivable because I've owned GoPros in the past for like the longest time, and the majority of them I had to trash or just sell as a broken unit because this is my Hero 8 that I've been using for well over 2 years now, and cracked screen. This is a common thing that always happens to me with GoPros. Meanwhile, the Insta360, thanks to its like this detachable camera, and this camera is super light by itself. Admittedly, I already dropped it and it still is intact. But the Hero 11 is repairable in case you damage the lens, because this portion you could twist and actually pops off and allows you to actually swap these with different ND filters. But when it comes to durability, I still think the Insta360 is more durable, since you could just take it out of this, and this little thing is actually water resistant. In fact, all of these are water resistant. I'll have the rating right there, but you can always purchase external XL cases that will actually increase the water resistant rating even more. So both are fantastic in terms of underwater usage. Now both of these cameras do feature a quick record capability, where as soon as you tap record, you don't have to turn on the camera or anything like that. The camera will automatically start recording depending on the setting where you last left it. Both have the quick capture capability, as well as they both have voice control. Now both do feature a third-party companion app, which again will give you live view capability. However, the Insta360 app is much more easier to navigate and operate over the GoPro Hero 11, and everything is free out of the get-go. Meanwhile, the GoPro app requires you to actually unlock some of its other features by subscribing to its subscription service that they have. The Insta360 doesn't have a paywall or anything like that. So for the best companion app, I have to give it to the Insta360 because it gives you all the features without needing to actually get it behind a paywall. And on some of those features that the GoPro has over a paywall that the Insta360 gives you is the freedom to not having to re-record something. For instance, this video right here is shot by 16:9, and I could always just select 9:16 or 1:1 if I want to upload it on social media, without having to reshoot this video entirely, and just hit export and I'm done. Now the overall battery life is listed above for each of these action cameras at their max resolution. Just however, I do want to note that the Hero 11 is known to actually overheat around 40 minutes while recording with this resolution. So you have to let it cool down to resume. But you do have the advantage of switching batteries. But just know it cannot consistently record 60 minutes. You have to allow it to cool off. The Insta360 Go 3, however, with its action pod together, can actually go up to 170 minutes. And the camera by itself can actually record up to 40 minutes with this resolution under a single charge. Now, another thing I want to quickly cover is, if you've been wondering how your favorite content creators have been getting this like first person view, it's all thanks to this accessory that the Insta360 comes with. It's just a metal plate that magnetically just attaches your Insta360 like so, and you basically just wear it as a necklace. You can have it underneath your shirt and having the camera outside, and the images that you're able to capture on this are some amazing looking B-rolls for like tutorial guides and stuff like that, or just could be like a nice little sketch. The GoPros, you could also accomplish the same thing, but you're gonna have to pick up a third-party accessory. So I have this one linked in the description down below. This was the necklace I was using in the past. Extremely similar concept. You just basically put it on behind your shirt and you basically just position it to your liking, and really strong magnets, and just stays in place. And yes, I know the GoPro is upside down, but this is just an accessory that's standard on the Insta360 that comes standard. Meanwhile, the GoPro, you have to pick this separately. Now, no action cam video is complete unless we do the stabilization test. So it was horizon lock both on the GoPro and the Insta360. Both perform absolutely incredible, although color grade may need some correction, but this is raw footage of side by side and how it looks like, and honestly I couldn't be more satisfied with both cameras results. And yes, I'm looking back, making sure I'm in the center of frame, which was kind of challenging to do on your own, but just look at the ground. It's super stable. Both perform absolutely incredible. So when it comes to these two cameras, both are amazing. However, a massive pro with the GoPro is the capability to swap batteries and memory card. And with the Insta360, this is a really small action cam. You could capture some amazing B-roll, and the fact it can actually consistently record up to 170 minutes at 2K, 2.7 to be exact. This is a nice camera to continuously record over an hour under a single charge. So there we have it. That is the comparison between the Go 3 versus the Hero 11 Black Edition. For the best deals, make sure to check out the links in the description down below, as they will be automatically updated on any sales that's available. As time I make this video, you get the Hero 3 for $50 off. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to watch more, check out this video over here, because I show you how you can actually use some amazing camera settings that your iPhone has to actually accomplish some very similar footage that these action cameras can also achieve. So if you have an iPhone 11 Pro, check out that video. Thanks so much for watching.